What's going on YouTube? In today's video we're going to go over the best Black Ops 6 beta settings for people with AMD graphics cards. I have a 7900 XTX and these are the best settings to get max FPS and visibility in the new beta. So starting off, we're going to be going to our controller settings. So for controller, I have a custom controller, as you can see here. It's my AIMHERE controller. We run default pretty much on everything. Horizontal 6 sensitivity, we're running at 6.6. Obviously, we tune this to however you prefer. Simplified controls, we all have these off. We don't want inverter or anything like that. Controller vibration, make sure you turn it off. We don't want it rumbling while we're trying to, shoot people and everything like that. Dead zones. Now we run this basically the same as we did with Warzone. So we have left stick min as low as possible. I'm still playing with it. We're going to try 0-0, but you want this as low as possible without having too much stick drift. So we have that set to 0. Left stick max down at 65, right stick min down at 0, and right stick max at 99. Left trigger down at 0, right trigger down at 0. Into the aiming, we have the sensitivity multiplier. We don't really play around with that at this stage. Look inversion, standard, aiming sensitivity, aiming settings, look inversion. We have none of this turned on. We don't want any of that. Aim assist, we make sure that is turned on. Motion sensor behavior, we turn that one off. We don't want the motion sensor behavior on. It's nothing to do with what we want to play with. Into movement, we're going to be running tactical sprint assist. Make sure your sprint delay is set to 0. We don't want any delay. Sprint assist sideways is on. Assist backwards is on. Mantle assist, I have that turned off. Crouch assist, we also have that turned off as well. Airborne mantle, we have turned off. Slide dive behavior, we set this to hybrid. If you don't like it, you can tap on. Tap to slide is probably the best one. Or slide only actually is what we used back in Warzone. Auto door peak, we have that one off. Movement advanced settings. Now we have this basically all the same as default. Sprint tactical sprint behavior we have on toggle. Auto move forward we have off. Grounded mantle on. Sprint restore on. Slide maintain sprint. We do have that one on, but you can play around with that one if you don't like it. Tactical sprint behavior, we change this to single tap run, so that makes it so we make sure we tactical sprinting a bit better. Plunge underwater, we set that one to free. If we are in the water, we want to make sure we dive just by moving forward. We don't want to be like hitting a button to have to do so. Sprinting door bash, we have that on. Vehicle settings, there's no really vehicles in this at the moment, so we're going to stay out of the vehicle settings. Into combat, ADS sight behavior, we have on hold. Weapon mount activation, ADS melee. This is all sort of default. Quick C4 detonation 1 by 1. I changed it from group to 1 by 1. I prefer one at a time instead of doing both. Equipment behavior, we have on hold. Manual fire behavior press. Combat advanced settings. Now, we're not changing too much in here except interact reload behavior for multiplayer. We have this on prioritize reload because we're not interacting with too much in terms of picking things up with the ground, but you can, obviously still do that in game, but prioritize reload because that's what you're going to be doing the most in multiplayer. What else did we change in here? Swap body, score streaks recording, not too much more. It'll be an ammo weapon switch. So this is when you run out of ammo, you switch guns. We have that one turned off. I do prefer to switch my own guns when I run out of bullets. Actually, that's a preference, so if that's up to you. Next, we're going to go into graphics. So for this full screen exclusive, it's going to give you the least amount of latency. Make sure it's on your monitor. Make sure it's on your graphics card. Select it at the highest refresh rate possible and your display resolution of your monitor. Aspect ratio, we have it on automatic. Just set that automatic. Display gamma, CPU, RGB. Restart your shaders if you want to. Obviously, it does help. Display gamma 2.2. Brightness, I had this set at 55. You obviously set preference based on your monitor. And then eco mode, we go custom. VSync, we have off. VSync menus off. Custom frame rate, I have mine currently on unlimited, but you can set it to your monitor's refresh rate. Menu render resolution on native. Pause game rendering off. Focus mode all the way at 0. Quality, we have this graphic preset set to custom. Our render resolution at 100. Dynamic resolution off. Sharpening, scaling and sharpening. Fidelity cast set at 50. VRAM scale target set at 50. Variable rate shading, we have that on. This will give you extra FPS in game. Texture resolution, I set this to normal. If you have a lower end GPU, set this to low or very low. I'm just going to run through these. Texture filter and just anisotropic set to low. Depth of field is off. Nearby level detail low. Particle resolution very low. Bullet impacts I have on. It's immersive. I like it. Persistent effects off. Shader quality low. On demand texture streaming set to optimize. Don't change the numbers in here. Local streaming texture streaming quality we set to low. Shadow quality very low. Screen space shadows off. Screen space ambient lighting off. Screen space reflections off. Static reflection quality as low. Environment tessellation off. volumetric quality low, deferred physics quality off, weather grid volumes low, water quality off as well. And then apply those. Over to the view tab, motion reduction, make sure that it's off. Field of view is set to 120 as affected. Weapon field of view on wide, vehicle field of view wide, weapon motion blur, these are the important ones, off. Weapon motion blur off as well. First camera movement, set that to at least 50. I have inverted flashbang on, so when a flash hits me in the face, it's not bright and white, it's actually dark, right? Alright, so that's it for those. Into the audio, so I run the Artist Ward tune, so for that I have it on PC speaker, and my speaker, headphones, game sound devices are tune. Now I have the gameplay music at 0. You can turn this on however you like for immersive into the the menus and everything. The music is great in this game. The biggest thing is make sure your effects volume is all the way at 100. This is the footsteps volumes, right? We want to sure that is at 100. I'm still playing around with it a little bit in terms of what are the best numbers, but work what's best for you. Have a play around with them. Speaker output, Windows default. If you're on a PC, of course. Mono audio, want that off. Mute game when minimized, we've got that on off. Reduce tinnitus down, we do have that one on at the moment. Tinnitus sound from concussion flashbangs, it gets replaced with more dull, murky sound. So we don't want a big noise in our headphones, right? The market preset, we're on default. Voice chat, you obviously play around with what works for you. Is your voice chat volume, voice chat on, proximity chat, everything like that. So have a play around with that. Make sure it is on whatever your microphone is for your input though, so you can talk in game. Interface. Many prompts, automatic gameplay tips. We do have that on. You can play around if you want that on or not. Tutorials I've got off. Script introduction movie on. Skip kill cam. Well, we want to see those kill cams, so we leave those as off. Tooltips on. Telemetry. So this is whatever you want if you're on a PC. Up in the top left corner here, as you can see, or is it this side, I have my FPS counter, server latency, and a clock on. So I'd just like to know those. And readability support off. Subtitles default. You don't really have to worry about any of this. Color customization, I do have it on Deuteranopia. You can obviously play around. It is stuck on default at first, but you can put on Deuteronomia if you want. Biggest thing here for to make the game sort of pop more in color. Color filter is set to 2. Color filter target, we have it on world, and we make sure color intensity is on 100. Interface color intensity is on 100 as well. Gameplay HUD, for this you want to have your preset. I'm setting it to classic at the moment. We're still playing around with what looks best. As you can see, it does change where your sort of HUD is on your screen. For me, classic's quite nice. We're going to leave it on classic for now. Make sure your minimap is on square, for God's sakes. Whatever you do, put that on square. Square is a bigger space than a circle. Minimap rotation we have on. Radar is off. Compass type is, these are all default by the way. Vehicle HUD prompts, all default. The mark volumes, visuals we have on. We want to see them, but it's up to you. We have that on. Count network, you don't really do much in there. If you're on a mouse and keyboard, just use your mouse and keyboard settings that you use in Warzone will be the best probably for this as well. Right, now we're going to jump into the AMD Adrenalin software to do a little bit of color customization in there as well, so we'll jump into that right now. Right now that we're in the AMD Adrenalin software, do make sure that your driver is up to date. For me, I'm having problems with using OBS and the latest update of driver, so I haven't been using it. What we're going to do is we're going to go into gaming, and we're going to go graphics, and then we're going to go into display actually. And what we're going to use, this is for my whole monitor. So use these color settings over here on the right to get more pop into the game. Increase your saturation. That's what's going to give the colors like the blues, the yellows and everything a lot more detail. So make sure you increase your saturation. That's one of the biggest things to make the game pop more visually in the game. Right, so that's probably the only thing other than, all these other settings which are in my old video, my old videos for Warzone. I haven't touched them. They're all the same. If you want to see those, go back to the old video and watch those. We are going to do one more thing while we're in here. Go into your file explorer, go into documents, go down to Call of Duty and players and options.call.2023. Now what you want to do is make sure you go Control F and look for thread. If I can spell thread. VAD, thread. Okay, render word count. Now this is what you want to set your render word count to. Make sure you put whatever is on screen right now based on your CPU, put that number right in here and make sure you set that, and Control S and save it and close out of that one. We're all done. And guys, those are probably the best things I've got currently right now for you. If I come across anything else, I will make sure to upload a new video to inform you guys of any other changes. Please make sure to like and follow and subscribe for more, and we'll see you out there in the battlefield.